How much does it cost to build a 3-bedroom house in Liberia? Hey, I got 35,000. Does it cost 50,000, 60 or 70,000? Now, that question is one of the most trickiest questions basically that can be asked to a contractor. That's the most amount of question that I get on any platform, on YouTube, on Facebook, on in my email, right? And it makes sense. People just want to know how much it costs to build something. However, there is a slippery slope to this. One, most of the engineers in Liberia will try to get the contract by any means, right? And a lot of folks in the abroad are misled. People are thinking because we're building in Liberia, it's going to be cheaper, right? They have the mindset of Liberia being, the cost of the value of the dollar is higher, cost of living is low, and things like that. So building a house in Liberia is cheap. Well, that is true, and that is false. And here's why. One is most of us in the diaspora who wants to build back home, we already have an idea of what we want our house to look like. We already are living in the diaspora. We have a certain standard of homes that we're living in, certain things that has to be there, certain things that look. Even most of us, when we go back home and we see crooked lines on homes, right away should throw you off. It doesn't look good. It ruins your visual palette. Lousy colors on the home, crooked roof, ugly looking ceilings. All of those things throw you off and really ruin your appetite for the look of what a home should be like. Now, the folks in Liberia, a lot of them are used to that. They don't have any issue with that. That's how things are done. So they're okay. So you asking how much is a dangerous question because most of you guys in the diaspora think, for example, a 3-bedroom house can be done with 35,000 to 30,000. Well, that is true. However, the house, the standard of that home that you're expecting, it cannot be done for 30 or 35,000. Just absolutely cannot be done. So a lot of you are building in Liberia. You're building a 3-bedroom house, 4-bedroom. You're spending 30, 40,000. And then sometimes when you see some people post, or sometimes some of my property I post for a 2-bedroom, smaller homes for 35,000, and people are like, "What? I can do that. I can do that for 25. I can do that for 30." I've had it happen before where a client told me, "Oh man, I can build that thing for 30,000." And I kid you not. Today, we are going back at that home to change things, to revamp things, to redo things. Because that's what I said. A lot of the engineers in Liberia would take the contract, no matter how much you're looking to pay. If you're looking to build a 3-bedroom for 20,000, you can find somebody in Liberia who would say, "Yeah, we can do that for 20,000." What they know is different from what we know. A lot of these guys, and it's no shade to them or anything like that, I'm not overlooking them and whatnot, but a lot of these guys haven't traveled outside of the country. So they don't know what is standard. They don't know, like, their expectation of what a complete home should look like. Like, you would see posting people, hey, they're celebrating a beautiful home. And that home, to you and I, we look at it and be like, man, that doesn't look like a modern home. That doesn't look like a up to, par home. You know what I mean? But the people, most of them back home are looking at it as this phenomenon. It's beautiful because they are not exposed to the outside world. And you don't have to travel, by the way. Like we all know, the day of the internet has made the world so small. You can pretty much explore anything in any part of this earth right from your phone, and everybody have a smartphone, right? So that's the danger of asking how much or not knowing. Now, here's how to go about it. And the thing is, a lot of us in Liberia like to skip things that cost money. The best way to go about building in Liberia is to find a firm and consult with them. And that's going to cost you money. $300, $400, $500. Consult with an actual firm. For example, our firm. When you want to build, you reach out to us. We consult with you. You pay your consultation fee. And we sit with you and do your entire plan. We do your visibility testing. We look at your land. We see what you want and how much, where you want to build, square footage, home size, details, and all of that stuff before we even mention a price to you. I hate mentioning price to people. When people ask me how much does it cost to build a 2-bedroom, to be honest, I have no idea, right? A 2-bedroom can be built with 30,000. A 2-bedroom can be built with 100,000. It just depends on where you're building, what you want in it, what kind of finishes you want in that home. So in order to just give you a quote, is a dangerous thing. And a lot of you guys are building in Liberia without a visibility testing, without a detailed plan, which includes electrical, roofing, foundation, and all of those things you were building without it. And I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. We have been to so many properties from people in the diaspora who want us to redo their home, break something down, or fix something. A lot of us, I talked to a guy yesterday who is in Liberia now, and he just want to break most of the house down that is built for him. Again, please find a firm before you build in Liberia. Pay that consultation fee and have that firm sit with you and do your entire detailed plan that will tell you what you're building, how much it's going to be built for, your visibility testing, your soil testing, what kind of land that you have, if the soil is suitable for what you're trying to build, and ease of access to the land. That tells you exactly how much it's going to cost in transportation getting there. Before you build, you should have a full detailed working plan, not just the house drawing and a couple plan. Your plan should be a whole packet. It should be 30, 40, 50 pages long that has everything from your electrical to your roofing to your planning to your emergency escapes to your sewage, your irrigation, not irrigation, but how do you call it? Drainages and everything should have that before you build in Liberia. Your plan, your estimate should have overhead costs, miscellaneous costs. It should have a setup cost. A setup cost is just preliminary things that needs to be done before you start building. If your plan and your estimate do not have these, you're setting yourself up for failure, 100%. I've spoken to so many people and have been on so many sites where you guys are just sending money. You don't even know what's going on because you've been told your house is going to cost $30,000, but those guys does not include anything else in that quote. They just include the building plan. They not include miscellaneous, other things that could come up, transportation. They haven't done that site assessment and all of that stuff. So you already have in your mind that your building is going to cost $30,000 and you've spent more than $40,000, $50,000. Why? Because it actually costs that much. But when they gave you your plan and your estimate, they did not include that. Because they just don't do that. They just don't. They just give you the estimate of the structure. So those are all things that people who are not into the business, not professional, they're not as far as expert in the trade, will not know to do. So that's how you guys, so many of you guys are overspending. You're not set up properly, mentally, financially for your construction because the amount that you were told, you spent way past it and you just don't know why you keep spending that money, right? So sit with a proper construction firm like ours or anybody else out there. Go through all of these before you put your first stone in the ground to start building, and spend that money, spend that consultation fee, and sit with a firm, get everything done, all of that stuff. Even if you're not building right now, you have everything you need to start your construction and set yourself up for success. All right.